everybody, this is Dr. Tamar, co founder of the Fanpreneurs, and you are now joining us in the family room. This is my amazing co founder partner, Marcus, my amazing husband, Dwayne Allen, and we have some amazing guests here for you this evening. And we can't really wait to talk to you guys about family business, family legacy. So I'm going to turn it on over to my partner, Marcus.
Absolutely. I love that new podcast name has a great ring to it.
Yes,
I
it
love
does.
it. I love it. I love it. It fits the brand.
Yes.
So I want to go ahead and introduce some amazing people. Right? They've been getting their trust together. They about to get that funding, or some of them have already gotten the bag, to be quite honest. So we got to make sure to give them a proper intro. And I would like each of you to kind of introduce yourselves, who you are and where you're from. That'd be great. Starting with you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sylvia Stewart, and I am a native of Pensacola, Florida. And I've been in the Fanpreneurs family for 7, 8 years now. So I'm home.
And I'm Evelyn Stewart. I'm Sylvia's mother. I always smile when I think of having outdone a lot of people and gone all the way through college to get my master's degree. And now I have retired because I taught about 30 years. So children are my babies.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, everyone. My name is Elaine Osborne, and I'm from the great city of New York, Staten Island area. If you want to learn how to make a financial future for yourself and your family, where your family will have some way to look forward to taking care of themselves financially, look into the Fanpreneurs. You won't be sorry.
My name is Carol McLean, and this is my mom, Elaine. And I'm originally a born native New Yorker, but I've been to Baltimore living, raised my kids. I've been to DC for a few. And I did the reverse, went back to Baltimore. But I love the Fanpreneurs. I love the education they're giving me to set us on the right path towards generation wealth.
So I want to ask, like, getting this started and really understanding. I want to know, when you all got started, what was the first thing that stopped you, or that made you hesitant on actually moving forward with us? That's what I want to know. Whoever wants to go first.
I guess the quote unquote fear of the unknown. We were embarking upon territory that was not taught. I mean, my mom taught me a lot of things, but these things she didn't teach me because she didn't know to teach me, so it was having to venture into the unknown and having to, as my cousin says, jump and learn how to fly on my way down. So I had to trust you guys. I just had to, I had to trust you. I met Dr. T, and I call her my sis now, but at a trading convention. And now I know that my purpose there was not for that trading convention. It was to connect with her. So I'm grateful for that failed attempt.
Right.
Because we were able to connect. But so I had to get past that experience and all the other business ventures that I had tried that didn't turn out the way I thought they would. But this was different in that this was an education.
Right.
So I was able to let go and let down my guard a little bit more because I'm like, well, nobody else is teaching me this. So let's move forward. And again, I had to let my guard down. And it was one of the best decisions that I've made.
Let me ask you something, Sylvia. What was it about meeting me in Myrtle Beach that time that said, okay, I need to continue to work with Dr. T and the Fanpreneurs?
It was because, from what I understand, you were not even scheduled to be on program.
Correct.
You were not supposed to be an instructor, but you gave more value with you not being an instructor than those who were slated to be there. And you answered all the questions. You were so patient because we were getting irritated, and because you could tell that something here is not right. And I remember you saying, no, I'm going to answer their questions because they came here for that information. And so I was like, okay, I can trust her.
Even my event.
And it wasn't your event.
I bring that up because some people in the room had doubts about our capability, the integrity, just being up and up. So the question I have for you is, you've been with us for almost 8 years. How has it been for the training? Well, we were talking about sovereignty. We were talking about our consumer rights. I was studying law. What was it about the training that you've gone through? I mean, you've gone through some crazy training, right? With marathon trainings, right? Weeks training. What type of training did you actually receive from Marcus and myself, and just us as the fanpreneurs?
I mean, we started with social currency, so learning how to trade.
Throwback.
Learning about our sovereignty, as being a citizen, what the difference is between the United States of America and, right, I say QV. Just all kinds of things that I had no clue of. And what I can appreciate is you all are not stuck in one lane. I can see the growth. It's like as society changes and the needs the needs that our educational need changes, you all can shift to meet that need. And so we're forever growing. We're always growing. It's like the Bible says, from glory to glory. It's like we're growing from level to level to level. It's not like just one thing is this is what we're going to do and we're going to stay here. But we can shift and we can move as need be. And so for me and my mom, our family has we have benefited from that because we've not been stagnated in one spot, in one genre. We are being well developed. And so that's what
How has that well development been for you? Meaning you were in one place and now you're in another place. So how did that change, Miss Evelyn? How did that change? I mean, you're an educator. I mean, when I say you're an intelligent woman, you're a college graduate. You went to school for engineering, for God's sake. You're an engineer. So what was it about this particular training, what we brought to the table for you, Miss Evelyn, and for Sylvia, what changed in your life exactly? What was the biggest change for you?
I think it was a mind shift. It was a paradigm shift, I should say. I always knew that there was better and that I knew I deserved better. I didn't know how to get to better. Not in the spirit, yeah. But naturally, what steps do I need to take to get to that life that I want? And so you all have shown me how to do that. And it's really starting to manifest this year. And I'm not I don't despise the other years because I learned there too.
And you gained.
Oh yeah,
You
I did
gain.
gain. I
Okay.
did gain. But getting to that other life that I knew God had destined for me is starting to manifest now because of the training that we're getting now.
So what have you gotten this year?
Wait.
I want to know.
No, let's go back to the previous, when we were in when we had rented out the villa in Orlando.
Oh, yeah, the villa.
And we had the retreat because you missed the first retreat because it was COVID. But then 2 years later, we did another retreat. What happened to you there?
I learned about being a sovereign citizen and how, I guess, again, there was another paradigm shift. Things that I had, like you say, wait a minute. You said, wait, what? We can do what? And so it's been a building upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. And even now, as we move forward in building the trust and creating trust,
Mm-hmm.
I still hear things from back there that are coming into play now. So it's like the puzzle pieces are really beginning to come together now. It's like I'm beginning to see the whole picture.
Right. Can I say one thing before you say something? Okay, so we used to be on in our Mansa Musa group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would say to you guys, because Biddy is my best friend,
Mm-hmm.
which is Bitcoin, because I took 300 to 300,000 when we were trading that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was it about that time from that moment when I said, I need for you guys to pay attention to what's getting ready to go down? Now, mind you, this is 2025.
Mm-hmm.
This was 2020. No, this was before the pandemic. This was 2019. I said, I need you guys to start paying attention to what's getting ready to go down.
Mm-hmm.
So is it crazy that everything that I said then has manifested right now?
Everything you said.
Everything.
Everything you said.
So what about what Marcus was saying in reference to how we need to move financially and how we need to plan?
Right. It's
Okay.
to coin a phrase from someone else. It's like if you guys say, harness up the gnat is going to pull this sled, harness it up because it's going to happen. I mean, you have proven to me that what you say is going to happen.
Yeah.
Your integrity has been unmatched as far as I am concerned. I trust you. So everything. So I think that your foresight is very important because it has proven to be true. Everything you said about Bitcoin has happened.
The shift of what was happening technology wise.
Yeah. Yeah. Even with AI.
I have to thank my husband for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been saying that for like 10 plus 20 years.
Yes,
Yeah, I pretty much wanna if you chime in.
of course, baby.
Also my mother here.
Mhm.
I wanna ask you, and pretty much all of you, if you could come and ask this. I think y'all can strap up and just wait for the future because the future's it looks bright, like you said, Sylvia. What do you think the future to be that I've been showing you the AI from the VR and where you think y'all gonna go? Because I'm kind of excited. How about you all?
Well, for me, it's just the tip of the coin. I'm at the beginning, peeking into that world. And as I try to learn more, I see my future being a little brighter as I go along,
It's amazing.
as I go along. But I'm also I'm not scared, but I'm more excited than anything.
The anticipation. So bringing that around, how did you find us?
Actually, I found y'all about 2 to 3 years ago at another event y'all was a panel of. And the word generational wealth was just coming into fruition, as far as on social media. And that was something that stuck in the back of my mind. And from that point in time, I started following y'all and just seeing the things that y'all, what content that y'all had put out on it. And it just so happened, what was it? Last year, Mom was talking about trust, that she wanted to put the house in trust. And I remember that y'all was dealing with generational wealth and trust during that time. So I just kind of told Mom, I know some people that I've been following for a couple of years now, and I just want you to take a look at what they offer and what kind of generational wealth for the family. So I just introduced my mom to Marcus, and he just laid it all out, and the rest is history.
How was we? So you saw us at the event. How were we received?
The information was powerful that Joe was explaining how that us as a culture need to build generational wealth for our families. And that was really intriguing to me for me to start following y'all, just to see how y'all move and how y'all operate and how y'all service, how you give out information to our culture.
Did we get free information or we were always charging for information?
No, y'all always gave out free information. Y'all always gave out free information, even on your lives, in how you interact.
That's bad.
So that made me very intriguing, very informational. And so when my mom, like I said, my mom saying she wanted to get a trust, y'all was the first people that I knew of and that I've been following for such a long time that it was, to me, it was a no-brainer just to, say, hey, I know some people.
How did the audience respond?
That was very receptive, very, very receptive, very receptive.
Durain would have had us on there if we didn't know what we were talking about.
I had no doubt, and I had no doubt that Durain knew what y'all was about.
Durain, he's like family to us.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
he's become like family to us because how we move and because we're all servant people. So because we're servant people, we kind of, the birds of a feather flock together, so.
Crazy because Durain was very pivotal in the decision of how we became the Fanpreneurs.
Right.
That people don't know that.
Right.
Right. He said, you should read this book called What Would the Rockefellers Do?
Mm-hmm.
And we read it. That's all he said.
Mm-hmm.
You should just read this book. And then we kind of took action from there and went in a different direction.
Because he was like, I think y'all should be adding this. And we were, because he knew the thing we were, as Sylvia said, we were social currencies first because of what we were doing in the trading sector. We had, I'm not going to say how many people we had Sylvia, how many people did we have in our community? Do you remember? Okay. So when the people would, let me see, when we were trading, how many people were trading with us?
Over 20.
That was on one night when we would do our trading night. So we would have about 300-400 people on with us when we were trading we would do 24-hour trading. You remember that?
Yeah.
We would do 24-hour trading sessions. It was 8-hour shifts. Marcus took a shift, I took a shift, and then I forgot who else. Oh, it was Kay. Remember Kay?
Yeah.
Kay would do, we would do shifting. And then when the plan scamdemic came, I think that was the most we had on our live at that time.
We
Doing
had over 400 people.
Yeah, 400 people trading with us at that time because we knew what we were talking about. So the whole thing, our dynamic has always been about giving the information to educate Black and Brown. Now they don't want us to say that now, but it's no longer gatekeeping, right? It is time for us to be able to empower our communities. The one thing that I know for sure, even though I'm no longer an insurance agent, is the one thing they used to say in the Black community, and I'm not quite sure if Miss Evelyn or Mrs. Elaine would even remember this. They would be salespeople and they would knock door to door saying, hey, do you want an insurance policy? And it would be, they're shaking their head, both of them. And they would give, in the Black community, only term insurance. They would not talk about whole life insurance or IUL insurance policies. Nothing about building wealth. They wanted only what is called is short term, which is burial insurance is what it was called. Okay. And that was the issue with when we were trading and people, and I used to say, Marcus can attest to this. I was like, okay, guys, do you have any other funds that you could put in that, when you trade, you can't trade with bill money because I would call it trade gambling. I used to say that, son, I said, stop trade gambling. Okay. And I would say, okay, well, what do you guys credit like? We could use a credit card, we could do this. And everybody's credit scores unbelievably was 500-600. I was like, whoa, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I said, y'all are sitting up here trading, and I can attest to this because I almost burnt the house down because I was so addicted to trading. And again, my dad is a retired options trader, right? Futures options trader. And I'm just like, because it is addictive, but you can't do it if you're under stress, duress, or anything like that because you would lose money. Now, I was what do you call it, Marcus? What kind of trader was I?
Scalper.
I was a scalper. Marcus is long term. Because I'm from the older generation. I'm like, let me get in and get out. And that was me. But I was a Bitcoin trader, so you have to move fast, right? But the one thing that I think that really, with Durain, saying, hey, the Black Rockefeller, but just seeing that, and a lot of our community was older, and I say, Marcus, you got to slow down. You're talking to older people, and you're like, mom, they need to catch up. I'm like, no, you can't do that. Well, remember, still, we'd be like, I said, Marcus, we'd be arguing while we traded, right? But I think he sees now, because that's who our market is, that it's this generation that's going to hurt the most at this moment in time. They're going to be fine, potentially, because he knows how to pivot, right? But we're the ones that stuck. You guys have pensions. He may have a pension, but a lot of people in our age group, in Generation X, don't have a pension. So what's going to happen to those people? What's going to happen? So this is the opportunity for us to change the trajectory at this moment in time. And that's the reason why the Fanpreneurs was brought about. To how many families, son, how many did you say you want to do?
You mean we?
Yes, we.
1 million.
He wants to impact 1 million. I said, let's be a little bit realistic. And like, no, mom, we're going to impact 1 million. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Our number one goal is to help as many Black and brown people get their financial situation in order. Because as technology comes in place and things shift, we're going to be out. It's going to be a lot of people that are going to lose their homes. 300,000 Black women have just lost their jobs.
What's the statistic? They say by 2030, the net worth of a Black household is going to be zero.
Yes, zero.
Mm-hmm.
So Robert asked a question earlier. Oh, so she like brands? I was like, what? I was like, what is he talking about? Brand things. I said, we don't care nothing about that. We don't care nothing about no Gucci. I said,
No.
What would I say? Let's go on a trip. Let's go.
Yeah. There are certain things I care about. Let's just be honest.
I mean, we like nice things.
Yeah, I do like nice things.
We like nice things.
I'm more of a watch guy. That's me. But I think that's, men like watches, men like it, like women like jewelry. It's like a thing that we do. Like
women like purses and shoes.
Women, yeah, you're right. Y'all have a whole closet full of them and don't even wear them. But
what you trying to say?
Look, I'm just the messenger. I'm just saying that is a common thing. You know what I mean?
But do we hold high to brand things though?
No. I don't really care. I like the old money aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like. I like it when, you like Shia LaBeouf is so good at this.
Yes, he is.
Looks homeless, but then he'll get in a Lambo.
Yeah, he's a minimalist.
Right? Or he'll get in a I remember him saying, I can't remember if he said it or someone else said it, but he would get into a normal economy car.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think it was a paparazzi or someone that followed him, and they saw the big mansion that he was in. But like no one knows because he's private. You know what I mean? Like old money is very private. It's very, I don't show the money.
Your worth.
I don't show the worth. Yeah.
Prime example. What kind of car you drive?
Well, none now.
Right.
But I did drive a Kia.
And they used to joan him. Am I right or wrong? Man, y'all making all this money and you still driving a Kia. Right. And what did you say?
I can't remember exact words, but I will say that I don't care about any of those things. I care about what was it? I care about things that I value. That's what I care about. And that's the key thing about minimalism is that you only care about things that you value. And of course, if you get a new car, it's a new toy, right? It's going to be nice for about 3 months. And then once you show everybody, then it's just going to be a regular car. You know what I mean? It's going to be a Toyota again with value, right? So for me, it's just, I like things that I personally value. I'm very big into like burning things that I don't value. So much that she gets irritated with me and will say, oh, well, no, this picture is great. No, you should keep this envelope. You should keep this invitation, whatever.
No, memorabilia is different when it deals with history. Marcus will try to throw certain things away. And I'm like, no, that's part of your past, meaning like something from your dad or, or a family heirloom, that type of stuff. That's what I'm talking about. but our number one goal is always to keep the family going. Right. You know, so something that you could pass down, like what Missy Lane is trying to do. She wants to pass down.
Well, let her explain what she's trying to do.
I was getting ready to ask her that. That's why I was preluding to Miss
You know what I mean?
Elaine.
But,
But dude,
you know, a podcast means they got to talk more.
trying to cut me off. I was trying to bring Miss Elaine up to the table. Willikers. So just like Mrs. Elaine is trying to do, which is to pass down. So Miss Elaine, what was it about it that made you decide to go ahead and become a fanpreneur?
Well, before that, what made you hesitant? I feel like
But
it's
she was
very
hesitant.
important.
Yeah.
It's very important for other people to understand when you're investing in yourself, hesitancy does happen, right? So, like, what made you hesitant at first about joining us?
I can not say that I was hesitant. You're going to be hesitant when you're trying to go into something that you don't have a full, vast knowledge of. And you're going to be questioning yourself, am I making the right move? Is it I'm interested in going down this path. Are these the right people that I'm trying to get information from? And that is how I looked at it. I was kind of skeptical about it, a little scary, but I got a good feeling once I talked to Dr. Allen, Dr. Tamara Allen about it. And I didn't feel like a lot of times when you thinking about making a move, but you kind of scared, you don't notice. I didn't feel uptight about it. So I don't know if that's answering the question, what you're trying to, to ask me about. For me, I wasn't hesitant. I felt that the information from when I spoke to her and spoke to you, Marcus, that I felt comfortable, very comfortable with looking into it and asking more questions. And to be honest with it, to tell you that I'm not really fully understanding what you're saying at this time, but as I go along, I felt that it would start to come to me. It's a big step.
You talked to someone else too, didn't you?
I spoke to another lawyer, prior to speaking to Dr. Allen, or prior to speaking to you, Marcus. And I thought that maybe that would be I was thought that maybe I would feel comfortable with them. And I can't say that it was anything wrong. It's just so that I had a medical mishap that happened to me, which prevented me from going along with that particular person. And I always say to myself, nothing happens to you or happens along the way as you're going along just to be happening. There is a reason for it. And I feel that was the reason that my focus and what I was trying to do took a detour. And this is why I'm with the Fampreneurs today. That's the only thing I can tell you about that.
It was very honest. I like it.
I
Right?
like
I
it
like
too.
honesty.
So I definitely want to ask this question. This is my last question for Miss Elaine, actually. I think we were on a Zoom one time, and I said to you, I can't help you until we get certain things in order because it would just I'm not interested. We're not interested in just taking your money, right?
All right.
Because how can you help someone when you see other things that are going on around that person? How did you feel when somebody said something like that to you?
I felt it was um having that happen to me at the time when it did came along at the right time for me. It's almost like you have a dark cloud in front of you and something comes along that boom blows it up and you start to see light along the way. And that's how I can express how it my experience is in coming in contact with the fanpreneurs and being able to get the knowledge and information that I need to have to help myself, not only myself and what I wanted to do, but to try to direct my family in a different direction. Then I could see the way that they're going, like so many other families, so many other black families are still struggling and trying to find a different way of focusing for their future rather than staying on the course like they're going and not being able to see anything that's going to come that's going to be good for them.
Did we bring you kicking and screaming? Was it kicking and screaming in the beginning?
Oh, yes, absolutely. For me, there were so many different things because of different things that had happened along my life course that was standing in the way. It was like a big rock that was there. And I couldn't move along like I should or much faster than I could or should. But I can tell you that having to go down and have the new experience that I have now, it opened up the roadway a lot more than if I had still been going the same way. I can tell you that I would have still been struggling with the same issues that I had in my life.
Mm. I want to ask both of you a question. Miss Sylvia, Miss Evelyn, and the Osborne family. You know what I mean? I'm going to start with the two of you first. What have we been able to do for the two of you? And let's be specific. I like specificity.
Specificity. We are debt free.
Can you say that again for the back of the room, please? Just to make sure no one heard that. Let's probably put up that debt free. I like debt free. Okay, so wait. Say it again.
We are debt free. We have our mortgage, but I mean, it's like a weight has been lifted. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, how does that feel being debt? I mean, because you were fighting with that reality, like, is this really happening? How did that feel to you to be like,
It's still becoming more real. I don't think it still has hit me yet.
okay.
So I'm still getting used to this new skin.
What about you, Mama?
Well, I determined way back. There were 6 of us. My mom and dad had 6 of us at the house, and my dad would go out and he'd help build out of stores in Selma. He was a farmer, and so he did a lot of extra work. People come help him. Had it not been for him, we would have been really in a scrambling position. And my mother was a teacher, but that teaching job salary couldn't pay for it very much. And I was determined as I was coming up and watching them that I was not going to have a life like that. So I graduated head of my class from Pensacola High School. Keith High School in Orville, Alabama. And I went to college, and I was determined that I was going to major in English because Black people didn't speak well. Mm-hmm. And I was determined I was going to teach Black kids, and I was going to teach them how to communicate correctly and with anybody and for anything, and how to write and to express themselves. So then after I graduated from college, got my little teaching position, that little salary wasn't big enough. So I would work after school I think I would go in Selma, Alabama. And on the weekends, I would work because I was determined to have a savings that I could lean on and depend on. And so I wanted to get that to my children to do the same thing. And I talked to Sylvia now about things. I said, now, if you're going to do this, now you know you're not going to have that. I keep her focused. And I had my son before I got married. And he wanted to, my mother kept him for me. But I was determined that he was going to go to college. At one point, he just dropped out. But he told me, he said, I'm able to take care of myself because I watched you. I said, okay. So what I know we have to do is we have to be honest about life with young people. You can't tell them like it's a fairy tale. Tell them the truth. what they won't have, will have, can do, won't be able to do. And so I thank God. He's brought me because I learned to pray and obey. Pray and obey.
Pray and
Work
obey.
everything.
I love it. Now, y'all most people don't get to break even work, right? Which
Right.
is debt free. But y'all aren't just debt free, right? So
Sylvia over there, she can't stop.
I don't know. She just see a lot of people do no debt free is an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that people know that debt free is ground zero,
Yes.
right? And so I want to know. I want the people to know where are you all now? Like what were we able to do today? And then what have you been able to do since working with us that's far beyond, of course, zero?
Well, uh, I call her my baby. My baby was a 2000, or still is a 2006 Toyota Avalon. So I was just able to purchase a new car. I call her my big girl. She's a 2025 Arcadia Denali.
Ooh.
Yeah, so she's a blessing, and we are getting ready to buy a business.
Mm.
Was that important to you to have a new car?
I knew that I needed one, but it wasn't important. I knew I needed one, so it was important in that aspect. But I'm sort of like with Marcus. I was accustomed to the feel of a Toyota. So I didn't want to get anything that didn't feel like that. So that's why I chose the car that I did, and I wanted an SUV this time. But it wasn't important per se. But I know I needed one because my car is 19 years old. So she was letting me know.
She has a question for you.
So you got a 2025. What's the make and model?
Arcadia
Denali.
Denali trim. Yeah.
What's okay? So do you have payments or that's outright?
Yeah, I've got payments.
Okay.
But I knew I was going to have payments.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got mortgage and car note.
That's it.
That's it.
Cool.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Okay.
And how important was us to put an insurance policy in place?
Oh, very important because we go back to the point that you were making about us not having pensions.
And
don't
what is
have
the
a-
insurance policy going to do?
If my mom should decide that she's going to go on to glory, and I think that is a personal choice, don't you make it? But the insurance policy will pay everything. That means it'll pay the mortgage and it will pay off the car.
So again, you're not at zero.
Not at zero.
I'm saying you have wealth already established.
Hmm.
You got the trust done,
Yes.
right? The trust is done. So the generational wealth is already accumulated. The businesses is about to be bought. So you're going to already start off as a 6-figure earner. That's what people don't know, right? You're going to already start off as a 6-figure earner and debt free. And they have an insurance policy. Yep,
Insurance policy is actually doing well.
absolutely.
It's consistently growing because it trades against the S&P 500.
Absolutely.
And so they're always building upon that wealth. And I think that's where the confusion comes in.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Thinking that you have a term which builds no wealth.
Unless you have a convertible term.
Right. But I was speaking in reference to a regular term.
Okay, yeah, 100%.
That's not convertible. Okay. When we had a situation with one of our old mentees who had passed on to glory, she had canceled her insurance and she died 1 month later. We said, please don't cancel it until we know that it's convertible so you can transition into something else. And she wasn't able to leave her family with anything. They couldn't even bury it. So, and that's why we tried, to give you information so you can do what's best for your family.
Hmm.
Making sure that your policy for your home is the right type of policy. Because not all insurance policies for your home are best. They may not cover flood. It may not, it may not cover mold. you know, and then here we're sitting up paying for insurances on something that's not, I call it just in case insurance,
Yeah.
because it's not giving you what you really need. So our goal is definitely to help families. Definitely make sure you have education, point you in the right direction of where you need to go, what you need to do, you know, and just help you become financially free.
I want to move on to the Osborne family real quick. So they get in the bag. They got 6-figure funding. They Gucci. I want to talk about the Osborne family real quick. Okay. Today, what were we able to accomplish since you've been with us? Like today, what were we able to do today?
Or we were able to establish a trust. Um, well, we get able to set up trusts that my family will be able to go on and have some guidance into helping them in their journey, and being able to at least have someone that they can come back to and ask questions and get guidance for themselves along the way. So I feel good that the one thing that was plaguing me is to set up and put my house in a trust,
And we did that.
and that's been done. And then I'm getting ready to open and look forward into setting up businesses, being able to purchase businesses. And also the third part of that is I'll be able to help other people as well too.
Absolutely.
That one hits closely to my heart because I've always, even when I was working before I retired, always felt good about the job that I was doing because it helped somebody else being able to straighten out something that they was having a problem with. So that feels good to me to be able to have something that I can use to show people how to help themselves and make their life a little bit easier.
I want you to know that your house is already in the trust. As of today.
I'm glad.
I didn't know you. I thought you knew, but it's done. I did all that on the hours of work that we did. It's done. It's in the trust. You know what I'm saying? It's official. Just so you're aware.
Okay.
So that worry that you had with the house is officially gone. Right. So that's a major accomplishment. I know for you that was something that you
It was
really
something
wanted to
that I
take care
really
of.
felt near and dear to my heart. Be able to have some type of roadway which they can carry on further to help themselves and guide their family as well.
Absolutely.
That's what
Absolutely.
we're really here. I mean, is to be able to leave our children, you know, others just said, you know, inheritance,
Yes.
you know,
It's-
Yes.
inheritance.
It's not only that, it's a map and a road up, like you use a road map to see how to get from point A to point B. Well, this is like the same thing. It's a road map for your life and how to guide it yourself so that you will have not as many problems that people in the past, your family have had struggling to try to get to a certain point where they can feel more comfortable.
Absolutely. I want to know how y'all feel now. You're part of the family, of course, you know.
I feel happy about the fact that I have a family that I can go to and ask questions now, and then we have right.
And also you have tech geniuses.
Tech geniuses.
Yeah,
And that the futuristic part of it,
right.
you gotta put as many tech geniuses in your back pocket as you can. Coders, scripters, AI.
100%. As soon as we get that business and everything, sure.
Yes.
So, children, right? That sounds weird, me saying it out loud, right? I want to know your personal intake. How do you all feel about having everything secured for your family for the first time? Like, that's a big deal. You're now first generation wealth builders now, or now second, because, or maybe more than that, because now we got grandchildren involved as well. So yeah, so we're more. I think we're like three generations right now, or is it 4? I feel like 1.
Me, it's mom, and then it's me and Rob, and then our kids.
And
Okay, cool.
So it's 3.
And
Did they have kids?
No.
Okay, so yeah, 3
my
generations. Okay, I just want to make
my
sure.
granddaughter does have children, so I have great grands involved.
She's a great grand.
I'm a
a
great
grand.
Oh wow, so there's 4 generations technically. Wow. they surpassed us. Okay, so how does it feel to now have all of your children set up, like on your end?
Well, it makes me feel good because even though they may not have knowledge right now, but as they grow older and they start going on their way, trying to make their way, there it is something that they will be able to go and be able to get information from, or and to see how to guide themselves along. And it makes me feel good. That's all I can say.
I love it.
To know that you left something for your baby.
Yeah, and absolutely, absolutely.
I'm just excited to know that we're starting actually doing this. It's a new tradition for us. We didn't have any type of tradition like this in our past, so we're creating and learning and going and doing at the same time. So I'm just excited to start this journey.
Love it. I think that's a great way to end the family room podcast. It's so fun. I love the name. You know what I mean?
It's a family room.
Yeah, y'all know, cause it's a normal term. Might as well make it a whole podcast name.
Family room.
Yeah, 100%. Well, you all heard it first. We got 2 families that's changed the trajectory of their lives, and so, like I said, we always want to make sure that we hit that $1 million mark, and we want to help you all. Million families. Excuse me. Make sure we hit 1 million families, but we want to help you all get to the same destination. All right, we're the Fanpreneurs. We're here to impact people, and we're glad that you all were able to show up and show out for your family and for yourselves. It's an
We hope you had
amazing
a good
feat.
weekend.
Yeah,
Had a great
Oh,
weekend.
yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.